Keeps your life from falling apart? Sweetheart, you don't need an estate manager. You need a social worker. But since we're on the subject of family, let's talk about the absolute disaster you call Robin. You're obsessed with stealth. You literally call yourself the Dark Knight. So what possessed you to believe that dressing a child in traffic light colors is a solid military tactic? You're skulking in the shadows like an invisible ghost, and right next to you is a kid glowing like a Christmas tree in a deserted alley. That's just risk outsourcing. You're using him as a human burglar alarm. If you hear him scream, you know there's a trap around the corner.
Exactly. And what you're talking about, my feline friend, is legally known as child endangerment. Logically speaking, this is called hiding behind the youth. In the equine world, we protect the foals in the center of the herd. You, on the other hand, send a teenager out to do acrobatics as a glowing target while you hide in an alley behind a black dumpster. Is that in the Heroism 101 handbook or the How to Turn a Child into a Moving Target manual?
Wait! His name is Robin? Like the bird? Oh my gosh! I get it now! You didn't adopt a teenager, you bought a pet bird! That explains the neon red and yellow. Honestly, it makes perfect sense for a bat living in a dark, depressing cave to get a colorful little birdie to flutter around and keep him company. But as an animal expert, I gotta ask, do you lock him in a giant iron cage at night so he doesn't fly away? Do you just scatter birdseed on the floor for dinner? And most importantly, does he chirp really loud to warn you when he sees bad guys?
Robin is not a bird. He doesn't chirp, and he doesn't eat seeds. He is a highly trained soldier with combat skills that rival military generals. He bravely chose this path, while you are just a bunch of animals sitting behind microphones, criticizing the guy who bleeds in the streets.
Let's move on from the birds and the kids for a second. As someone who respects order and efficiency, let's discuss the biggest administrative failure in your city, the Gotham City Police Department. Specifically, Commissioner Gordon. A high-ranking cop leaves his desk, goes up to the roof, and stands next to a giant spotlight, waiting for a guy in a Halloween costume to solve crimes for him. That is a gross misuse of taxpayer dollars. You guys are relying on a glorified flashlight to manage the security of an entire metropolis.
Gordon is an honest man, trapped in a corrupt system. The bat signal isn't just a spotlight, it's a symbol. When it pierces the Gotham sky, it's a message of hope for the city and a terrifying warning to those who thrive in the shadows.
Wait! Coming back after sunset, pointy ears, black cape, only comes out at night. Oh my God! I just figured it out! You're not a guy in a suit. You're a real-life vampire! That's why Gordon can't call you during the day. If you go out in the sun, you'll sizzle like bacon and turn into a pile of glitter. Seriously, man, do you sleep in a creepy velvet box instead of a normal bed? Please don't suck my blood, okay? Not the neck. I need that for my collar. I'm a good boy. I sit. I roll over. Besides, I just dug through the trash and ate a whole garlic pizza. Wait, vampires hate garlic, right? Ha ha ha! Checkmate, bat dude!
Just imagine the sheer catastrophe of it. The Dark Knight forced to go out at 10 a.m. in front of a crowded Starbucks because the Joker decided to work the morning shift. A man in a heavy black suit, a black car, a black mask, and that ridiculous, raspy voice, standing in line like a complete weirdo, just to order his little latte. Oh, imagine the mighty, caped crusader staring at the barista and growling, "Black coffee, no sugar, no hope." And when the barista asks for a name to write on the cup, he stares into his soul and whispers, "Vengeance."
I've spent my life fighting the most brilliant criminal minds on this planet. And yet, I find myself in a room with a collection of loud-mouthed animals with microphones who think my mission is a dinner party conversation. Sitting here and allowing you to judge my actions is a farce. You sit here in a warm studio, safe behind microphones and coffee cups, and understand nothing of the sacrifices or the dangers I face every night to keep this city safe. Your words are worthless, and they don't even deserve my time. I'm leaving this pathetic podcast now.
Oh, spare us the drama and sit down, Bruce. And if you're thinking about using one of those little smoke bombs, don't. The sprinklers will go off, and we'll all end up soaking wet. Besides, there aren't any dark corners here for you to play ghost and vanish. So instead of a dramatic exit, we'd all just be watching you in awkward silence as you slowly walk away in your squeaky, heavy suit, having to manually open the door like a normal human being. Don't ruin your reputation with such an embarrassing walk. Just sit down and stop trying to play the specter in a brightly lit room.
I'm staying only to finish this nonsense, and I won't leave now just so you don't delude yourselves for a second into thinking you've defeated me, you fools. And since you mock my methods and consider them just a theatrical performance, let's be clear. I don't use the dark for show. I move at night to always be unpredictable, because catching Gotham's filth relies entirely on the element of surprise.
The element of surprise? What surprise? Every criminal in Gotham knows your boring routine. You throw the petty thieves in jail, but when it comes to the psychopaths like the Joker, you take them to Arkham Asylum. Arkham has revolving doors, faster than a luxury hotel. You break his bones, make a dramatic entrance to hand him over, and before you even get back to your cave to take off your heavy tactical boots, he's already sent you a text saying he's waiting for you across the street. You're a billionaire. Instead of spending your fortune on flying cars and bat gadgets, you could have just donated some actual iron locks for their doors. But logically, it seems you look the other way regarding this security failure. Because without him, you'd lose your only excuse to keep wearing that suit.
Exactly! Oh man, I just figured it out! The Joker isn't your enemy. He's your favorite game of fetch! You guys are exactly like a dog chasing its own tail. He runs, you chase him, and when you finally catch him, you let him go so you can play the game all over again. Because it's fun! Honestly, if you really wanted to get rid of him like you say, you would have used the oldest trick in the book. The car ride trick. You just pop open your jet car door and say super excitedly, "Want to go for a ride? Car ride?" And as soon as he hops in, you drive to the next town, let him out to sniff a tree, and just speed off. The fact that you haven't done that proves you're faking it. Are you just scared you'd get bored without him?
You dumb dog. This is Gotham, not a dog park. The Joker is not going to hop into my car, sniff a tree, and forget where he lives. If I tried your little car ride trick, he'd ask to sit in the front seat, smile the whole way, and by the time I said, "Stay," the Batmobile would be playing circus music, the doors would be locked, and I'd be the one needing rescue. I adhere to a strict moral code. If I kill the Joker, I become a killer, just like him. I'd cross a line I can never come back from.
Oh, please, Bruce, darling. If you kill him, you won't become like him. You'd simply become a man with a lot more free time in the evenings to watch telly and have a nice, warm dinner instead of leaping across rooftops and breaking bones just to feel important.